Day. From Levi.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 73 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the #2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On play action, Lawrence. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. And the Jaguars send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a look at the man under center, now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and
today.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm.
Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their second possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 20 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game, and even though they're facing a top 10 defense.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Jaguar defense. They enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
They go play action here. Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First catch of the game there for Samuel, and it results in a 1st down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And second down. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. Down to about the 22 here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
There's so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Purdy off the play fake. Rolling to his right. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Niners lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Moody good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They go play action with Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Lawrence will throw. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Nick Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
Well, partners, the first quarter, too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards. So side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. McCaffrey running up the middle. He'll take this to the 46. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 14 carries, 93 yards, and a score.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now, the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him out of the end zone in this one.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening opening quarter.
And the Niners have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Moody good with the extra point.
And it's now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
This is caught. It's Kirk. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, 54 yards.
And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by York is up and good.
And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. There's receiver Brandon Ayuk as San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all of those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Throwing here, Purdy.
This one caught by Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Out of the gun, Purdy. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Niners sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Purdy now to throw.
Connects with Kittle underneath.
And he is going to have the Niners 1st down as they find a way to convert there on 4th and 6.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, it's Phillips. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive in total 8 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try to put some pressure on the defense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Another tote for Etienne. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
His hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Back to throw, Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. Samuel bringing in the slant.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Purdy. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Right back to him for 10 more and a 1st.
Let's just call it what it is.
Yards away.
And the Niners are able to add on to their first half lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half. That time a 6-play drive.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Here's Lawrence. Oh, he still makes the catch, even though it was tipped at the line.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. ETN bringing in another one.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. So
we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime. Back to the field for the start of the second half.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now Brandon Ayuk ready to bring out the rest of this offense here for this upcoming series.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him?
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Trayvon Walker coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
That is caught. Finding room at midfield. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 84 yards.
And the 49ers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
Drive.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On first down, right back to ETN.
He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Christian Kirk looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
Draw play, ETN. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
ETN once more.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits. Was in the right place.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw.
A short throw to Ingram. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and they will remain well behind.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
A tackle made there by Drew Sanders.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars first down as the tackle made up at the 27.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
ETN up the middle.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
64 yards rushing for him now to this point from the 33. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. They'll drop this one off with ETN. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Lawrence. He'll find ETN out of the backfield.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Lawrence going to throw again.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Lawrence.
Going to throw right side here, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Over the middle, complete. It's Greer. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Trevor Lawrence
with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game.
And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by York is up and good,
as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Stuckey. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest, and a 1st down. look to throw again.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
We're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Stuckey. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And now out come the Jags.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Back to throw. Stuckey. He's going to go up top for the end zone.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this?
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore.
And a terrific return as he brings this. Back to the 30.
Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest, but now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick them off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly, but they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds. Off play action. Stuckey. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for San Francisco,
they run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.